Among the Democrats responding to Trump's speech tonight was New York Congressman Adriano Espaillat. He delivered the Spanish language response, speaking directly to Hispanic Americans. And Congressman Espaillat joins us now. He's the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Welcome, Congressman.
Good morning. Welcome.
Oh, my goodness. It is the morning. Sir, can you just tell us what were, I think that there are people out there that would say, oh, the Spanish language response, the talk was about immigration. But I would bet my bottom dollar that there was a large conversation about the economy.
No question about it. I mean, immigration is sort of like joining at the hip with the Latino community, but you know, table issues and pocketbook issues are so critical. In my district, for example, we have 524,000 people that are on Medicaid out of 780,000 people, and 108,000 are on Medicare. Over 200 households are on food stamps. So these pocketbook issues are critical. And so when you talk about not bringing solutions to inflation, the president had an opportunity to present real solutions to pocketbook issues tonight, and he didn't do that. He presented a very divisive speech that I think splits America even further apart from each other. I thought he lost an opportunity. So I spoke about those issues and about Medicaid and Medicare, which is so critical to districts like the one that I represent.
You know, I also thought it was interesting, Congressman, that in as much as there was what Donald Trump said about immigration in this country, there was what he did not say. He didn't talk about the fact that agriculture leaders, that construction leaders are saying, you are going to decimate my workforces if you continue on with this mass deportation plan that you have. He didn't talk about the fact that houses of worship are currently suing his administration because they don't want ICE showing up in a sensitive place like a place of worship, going after moms and dads who are there to praise, not to be in a situation with law enforcement. But he did say this, and it is about the path to citizenship that he is putting up for sale in the form of a gold card. Take a listen.
We have developed in great detail what we are calling the gold card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
What does it tell you that he is treating immigration to this country like an episode of The Price is Right?
Well, I agree. This is not a version of American Express to get a green card. But you know, he didn't present options. You know, we feel very strongly that the border should be secure as well. Latinos also want a secure border. There are many members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus that represent border districts. But we also want dreamers. We want to make sure that farm workers who are not showing up to work show up to work, because if they don't, it will show up in our cash register. And we want families to be kept together. So those three issues, dreamers, farm workers, and keeping families together, are, I think, very low-hanging fruits in the very diverse and complicated immigration debate. And he didn't bring that up. He brought this gold card opportunity. And, you know, I don't think he's going to be able to balance the budget or impact inflation or the prices of eggs, you know, with this gold card program. So I thought he lost a big opportunity there as well.
Congressman, I don't even know how the hell much money he gonna raise from my $5 million. I mean, how many people are you talking about? I mean, this is how stupid the idea is to begin with. But I digress. The important thing, I think, is everything else that beyond immigration. You're talking about a wholesale reordering of our economy, which will have a direct impact on your community, my community, in ways that are profound. As entrepreneurs, as small business owners, as risk takers, we will be the first to feel the brunt of these devastatingly bad policies. Speak, if you would, to what this means when you're hearing a president talk about laying down tariffs, which will be a tax on the small businesses that you represent. talking about upending Medicaid and Medicare, which will have an impact on the health fabric of the community. Speak about what that looks like, because I don't think people really fully understand. Everybody wants to put our communities in buckets, you know. We are much more than a bucket that you can throw a pair of gold lame sneakers at, or do the bro conversation, right? And in the next breath, talk about someone striking a $5 million check to come into the country.
Well, tariffs, of course, are going to unleash a response from those other countries. And again, it will show up in our supermarkets. It will show up in our bodegas. And people are going to have to pay much more for emergency products as well. You know, Pampers, milk, eggs, the things that you buy every other day. People go to the supermarket once or every other week, and they shop big for 2 weeks, but they go to the local grocery store every other day, and they get clipped for money as they go there, and they feel it. They feel the pinch. And so these tariffs will have a direct impact on the price of goods, and particularly emergency goods that people use every day, working class families. And so this is horrible for the districts like the one that I represent. And so we're hoping that there will be some plan to curb inflation. Now, he didn't bring any plans. He didn't bring any suggestions. He didn't bring a short-term or long-term plan to address inflation in neighborhoods like the ones that I represent.
All right,
and with regards to, let me just add one last thing. With regards to immigration and the massive raids, there's fear out there. So local businesses are not seeing the kind of foot traffic that they regularly see. So you go to the commercial arteries in many of our neighborhoods, and it's a dead town. And so this is having an impact as well on our local economy.
All right, Congressman Adriana Espaillat, thank you so much.